Hello, good evening, and welcome everybody. Let's go up. All right, Jason Lamb is in first. Catfish Kid, hello and welcome. Weekend Angler Josh, Jay Foxhunter, Georgia Fisherman. Let's see, James Alba, Georgia Fisherman, and Chrissy Brown. How are you doing all? How you all doing tonight? Not Christmas, James. Hey, Mad Catter, how you doing? Hi, Tina. Tina Ladybug. Where you going, James? Hey, Sabrina. I will be doing this live for to answer the people's questions that will be going to the meet and greet in May, the 20th through the 24th. So if you guys have any questions about it, you can ask them now, and I will get them answered. Art, what's up? I did pick the wrong river to go fishing at today. The wrong section of the river. Brian B, how you doing? I should have went to the Lock and Dam part of the Kaskaskia River to go fishing because the part uh Avids meet and greet will be held at Wren Lake near Benton, Illinois. It will be Wayne Fitzgerald campgrounds that we'll be at. The information is on Avid's meet and greet on the Facebook page. I didn't do very good. I had too much boat traffic out there. Boats running right on top of my lines, and I told one boat he gets any closer, I'm just gonna cut off 300 feet of the line, let him have it, take the sinker, the 5 ounce or the 8 ounce weight, and the circle hook, and watch it ruin his prop and his shaft. But it was a nice day on the lake. It just was way too much boats out there. I should have went to the either I should have went to the Ren or the Mississippi, but that's hindsight. But I could have went down by the Lock and Dam too and went fishing as well. I didn't think you could, James, but it's still good to see you in here. I think there's almost the whole day boats going in and out were about 80 boats. Yeah, I should have. I wanted to go to the Ren, but I did. Hey, Mike Turner, how you doing? Yeah, those people that when there's a crappie tournament on Rand, it gets crazy. But if you get the ones that are going to the meet and greet, those that will be going to the meet and greet, they will be automatically put in for the. Oh wow, they will be automatically entered for the catfish tournament. There is no money involved in that. It's for bragging rights, and there'll be three trophies. First, no, four trophies. First, second, and third place, and the biggest cat. So, on that note, everybody that will be going to the meet and greet will be automatically entered in for the catfish tournament, and that will be from Saturday from 5 p.m. to 11 or 5 to I want to say 11, but I'd rather say 12. But I have it on. How'd you do, Mike? That's cool, man. You can get your license at Walmart in Belleville. Mad Catter. If you need to, Josh, are you still in chat? Weekend Dangler. Can you answer Mad Catter's question about is there a bait shop near the lake to where they can buy a fishing license or anything? Where you at? Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Sabrina. Grant, the best location to look for on the Kaskaskia River to fish. I would say the campgrounds at New Athens, but if it's not open, you can't go in there and fish it from the bank. So I'd say go down to Kaskaskia Lock and Dam, uh, and fish it there. Thank you, Sabrina. And there will be a fish fry cook-off. So far, it's going to be me versus Norman. And I believe there's going to be 12, 15 people coming. So we could probably have one or two more people in there. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? But we will need Art. That ain't going to happen. Yeah, you can bring a boat. If you have any questions on what you need to do to get the boat ready for Illinois on Rend Lake, uh, Weekend Angler will be popping up here sometime. Not sure when. And he will be able to answer your questions on the boat. Sometime. Well, you just popped in here just in time.
Hey, yeah, I was trying to get everything set up, buddy. How's it going?
Good. Catfish Kid just asked, can we bring a boat?
Oh, absolutely. There are plenty of boat ramps on Rend Lake. There's some of them that charge, and there's a couple of them that are free. Most of the ones that are free are a little bit on the questionable side as far as quality. But there is one right off of Highway 154 here in Illinois. It's known as Sailboat Harbor. That's a free ramp. Actually has about 4 lanes. It's one of the best ramps on the lake, and it is a protected cove because as anybody that fishes Rend knows, if you get some wind going on, you can definitely get some rough water out there. So
now, how far is that from Wayne Fitzgerald's campground out there?
It's actually on the other side of the road.
So that'd be perfect then.
That would be a good spot. Now there is a up there in the Wayne Fitzgerald campground. There is a boat ramp, smaller boat ramp at the old Illinois resort that has been closed down for several years. But the ramp, they keep the ramp up. It's not too bad.
Right. See, you know that lake better than I do. I know from the bank. You know from the water side off a boat.
And guys, I noticed in chat that there's people talking about free ramps and paid ramps. Rend Lake is a funny lake, and reason behind it is that there's about half of that lake, the ramps are managed by the state of Illinois, and those ramps are free. The rest of them are managed by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and they charge for theirs. So
now, how would you tell which ones are free, which ones aren't?
You can get online. I'm trying to think. I don't remember if it's rendlake.com or what, but I know they did have a website for it, but they. I'm trying to think here.
Come on, timer. I'm checking the. If you know anything about offset smokers, I'm purging mine. So I have my thermometer sitting on the grill.
Oh, okay.
To see if the grill temperature is getting up to past 275.
I'm trying.
Every time it hits 235, it goes off.
I'm trying to find the thing here.
Hey, Lyle, how are you doing, bud?
Now they do mark the ramps. I mean, there's no question on them that are. You're not going to inadvertently launch at one that charges because there are signs up there on those. But the Sandusky ramps are paid ramps. The Markham ramps are paid ramps. Jackie Branch, where I launched today, was a paid ramp. Sailboat Harbor, like I said, Sailboat Harbor is one of the best ramps on the lake, and it's free.
Okay.
And I would highly recommend that one to anybody fishing the lake.
Now, for the people that's coming from out of state with a boat, what do they need to do to get the boat ready for Illinois Lake?
Really, the only thing, let's see, you're going to need obviously a life jacket for everybody that's going to be on the boat. If your boat is longer than 16 feet, you will also need a throwable. One of the seat cushions would work, something like that. It's just a throwable flotation device. You need some kind of a sounding device, such as a whistle or a air horn. If your boat has a horn on it, that obviously counts. It's always been my experience that the horn switch will decide to stop working about the time the conservation guy
Shows up.
comes up. So go ahead and throw a $2 whistle in your boat, and you've got that made. You'll need a fire extinguisher if you have a gasoline-powered engine. And you need either covers on your battery boxes, or you can in Illinois get away with the just like the rubber terminal covers,
Right?
So that nothing is short out. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. It's a Corps of Engineers lake, and I know the Coast Guard just. Go ahead.
Will they need to get a temporary boat license for the lake?
No, they won't. There's no boat license required for Wren Lake, anything like that. So as long as they've got a legally registered boat in the state that they're bringing it from, they'll be perfectly fine.
Okay. Justin asked, do paid ramps have security, or is it still a chance that your truck will get messed with?
Well, actually, some of the paid ramps are some of the most obscure ramps on that lake. They're really there's no real security. Nobody really messes with a whole lot of stuff. Every year there does seem to be somebody get something messed with out there, but I've launched at just about all of them. Knock on wood, I haven't had any trouble yet. But
well, the good thing is if you have two people, one can drive the boat and trailer back to your campsite,
and that would work.
And you could take your boat within maybe 100 yards, 200 yards of your place where you're camping.
Oh, probably every bit of it, because you can get right up close to the campground there, and I know a lot of people do that. They'll go and they'll drop their boat off and then tow everything back, and then when they decide to go fish, they can just walk down to the water and go out there. Awesome, Sogo. I'm glad to hear it, buddy. I needed them to be working for me today, and they just the fish weren't cooperating. So
no, the boats weren't cooperating for me on Kaskaskia.
We had
pleasure boats out there by the ton.
Now you were fishing up by the lock and dam today. Is that where you were at?
No, by New Athens.
Oh, you were by New Athens today. Okay, I caught the tail end of that as I was coming in.
If I would have got onto the campground side where I want to fish, I would have killed those catfish.
Yeah, they were. What hooks am I using? Mad Catter. I'm actually using a hook that I sell. We call them bonehead shards. And Sogo won a set of those in the. We gave them away during the Iron Cat tournament last weekend. So looks like Sabrina found that thing for the boat ramps there at Rand. That's what I was actually trying to pull up a minute ago. Illinois boat ramps. Let's see here. Daily use fees. I know they have a. They had a map at one point.
They do have a map, but it's on that campground site where you go to register for your campgrounds. There's a
Okay.
big freaking map on that one.
Yeah, I used to know where there was a good now area. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, Jackie Branch. How did I get on that?
But what is you use a bottom and side scan, right?
Yes, I do. Both of them actually quite a bit.
Yeah, I did try that drum for bait, but with all the boat traffic, those cats were hunkered down at the bottom in that mud. They weren't moving anywhere. And where I was fishing, there was a no wake zone for 900 feet, and people weren't even paying attention to that no wake zone. They're barreling through there like they own the place. But what is the bottom contour of that lake like? Is that a lot of snags, rocks,
You do. It would kind of
trees?
depends on where you're at. A lot of that lake is going to be a real soft bottom, kind of just the good old Southern Illinois mud that we see at the bottom of our lakes. You do get a lot of timber. That's going to be your main cover down there, and you will find an occasional sunken tree, log, something like that. There are places on that lake, especially when you get towards the northern end of it. Both of the two northern forks have a lot of standing timber. There are actually lanes cut to get your boat through there. I don't go up there for the pure reason it's a good way to tear up your boat, and there's plenty of fish outside of those areas. But they have.
That's where you want to be using a lot of Patriot bobbers to spin your baits.
That would be a real good spot to use them, and that's where a lot of these guys get up there, and they get those flatheads like up around the Waltonville Dam area and stuff like that. They go up hogging, catch them. We were talking about that today. I said I used to do that when I was younger, and now I like having all 10 fingers, so I don't.
Hey, catfish and crappie.
Don't do that anymore. Hey, Mark.
He won't be able to make it, but he will be coming down later on to fish that lake.
That lake is a fun lake, and actually the weekend that you've picked for your
meet and greet.
For your meet and greet, the channel cat should be on fire that weekend.
Shouldn't the flatheads be coming in to pre-spawn?
They should be moving in. That's not as hard as I try to target those fish. I don't do well with them. I would love to change that, but I know the crappie right now are starting to come up shallow.
Right, just staging up right now.
Yeah, they're up real solidly and getting into the flooded brush, and when they come up there, the catfish follow them, and we're starting to see them come in. So, yeah,
I'm almost wishing that I didn't have the weekends off. I had weekdays off so I could catch the blues and flatheads that's in the Kaskaskia River.
I want to go up there and mess with that. I bank fished a little bit there on the north side of the Jerry Costello Lock and Dam here a while back. Just
right
from there's that little walkout by the boat ramp. Hey, Katie Collins is in here.
Hey.
How are you?
All right, how are y'all?
She's one that will be coming in from Kentucky as well. So anything that we can pass on to her and the people that's coming from Kentucky and Missouri for Rend Lake would be most beneficial for them.
Definitely make sure you have an Illinois license. The conservation officers down here are not going to mess around with that, and it's
No,
we're moving.
they don't play a game with a fishing license.
No, they will let a lot of stuff pass, but that's one that they will definitely write you a ticket on.
And keep your creel limits to the T.
Yes. Now, the good thing is, if you're catfishing out there, the only time you really run into a creel limit on on Wren Lake is if you're fishing the ponds outside of the main lake area. So they tend to leave you alone on that. But as far as crappie, I think it's
isn't crappie 15 or 20?
I thought it was 10 over 10, but I don't like I was going to say, don't quote me on it.
I'm gonna have regulations with me in my truck. So everybody
I
that
have
has
a book, but I don't. I got a book when I got my license, but I don't have any of it in my mind right now.
no, but it's good that you open up the Red Lake and highlight all the specifics for crappies and catfish. And the
Okay.
I know bluegills, I think, have a limit there, don't they?
Let me look here.
Gosh,
I
I
don't
think they do, because they got some massive sized bluegills in there.
I'm trying to find it here. I thought I had it pulled up, but they do have some very nice bluegill in that lake.
Wow, Sabrina's on it. She has the fishing license page already put up, an Illinois fishing license.
That's about the best way to do
right.
it. Is just buy your license online and.
But see, I will have fishing I'll have the fishing books there, the fishing regulations book there. So if you guys have any questions, we can look them up. We can go over them and make sure everybody knows the creel limits for the crappie, for the bluegills, the cats, the channels, and the flatheads.
There we go.
And we're going to have everything covered. But like I was saying
my
earlier,
book's in the car too. So
yeah, that's a good place to keep it. So
they do post they do post the creel limits and everything at most of the boat ramps. So they'll be up on a sign there.
But like I was saying, whoever's going to be coming to the meet and greet, the catfish tournament, if you show up, you automatically signed up for it. There's no money involved. It's for bragging rights, and there's 4 trophies. First, second, and third place, and biggest fish. And that will be Saturday from 5 to 12, 5 p.m. to 12 p.m. That way we get a chance to hook into some other big flatheads that's out there.
That ought to be good. That ought to be real good.
That's why I did it that way. That way we can get some, for those that like catching channel cats, have a chance to catch some decent-sized channels. Because there's not many blues in that lake, because if there was, there wouldn't be no channel cats in there.
Yeah, I have never caught a blue out of Rand. I know they should be there, but
I caught 3 last summer.
But they're few and far between.
Yeah, I caught 3 last summer down by the dam.
Because I know they're in the Big Muddy. I've caught them out of there, and the Big Muddy flows through Wren Lake, so they have to be there. But I've not gotten into them. I'm trying to find.
Yeah, it's a week after Mendota.
Let's see.
It will be May 20th through the 24th. The meet and greet will be May 20th through the 24th. It's going to be a blast. Mark's been to 2 of them last summer, and Wren Lake.
I can't even type tonight.
That's all right. It's REND, I believe.
Yep, REND.
And if you have any questions about anything for boat angling aspects of the lake, you can ask Josh. That's why I brought him in here. And everybody needs to know, if you're going to be up around Wayne Fitzgerald's campgrounds, There will be sunken trees up around in that area, if I'm correct.
Yeah, they. Yeah, that's getting in one of those areas where it's it can get Rend Lake can get shallow in a hurry. And if
Yeah.
you have if you have the Navionics chart, or you even use the web app for that, is a really good way to kind of keep an eye on things, because it doesn't take much. I've had to send props off to get repaired, because you 1 minute you're in 10 feet of water, and the next you are
In 6 inches of water.
yeah, pretty much.
If you don't hit one of those sunken trees.
And
Mark put the limits up on there. Avid.
Whoops. Thank you. Mark's saying hello to you, Katie.
I saw that.
Okay.
I said hi first.
But the sunken trees up around Wayne Fitzgerald's Park, campground sites, if you don't have the Patriot float bobbers, I suggest getting them.
mm-hmm.
That would be your best way to fish around there, because those flatheads would be up in those trees.
Yeah, they should be up there working pretty good. And you've got a lot of right now. The lake, I don't know where we'll be sitting then, but right now the lake's sitting about 3 foot over normal pool, so it's got some flooded areas in it. And when it gets flooding, those fish move up in that flood water, especially that flooded brush. They follow the bait fish up in there.
I know that lake has real good shad population.
It does, and right now they have to be spawning. They have got to be up shallow, because I was having trouble finding them the other day out there. So
I was at Frank Holton State Park this morning getting bait, and I normally throw my throwing net way out away from the bank. I was throwing it maybe 6-8 inches off the bank and catching shad.
So they are coming up and spawning.
They're within maybe 2-3 feet from the bank, and I'm throwing an 8-foot cast net.
I about tore mine up the other day trying to catch bait, and I've got a big hole at some of the lead line ripped off of it, so I'm gonna have to do some net repairs on that thing. So
yeah, I've repaired the one I had 4 years ago so much that it was just all new fishing line. There wasn't no net left.
I know how that goes.
It went from white to Cajun red line.
There's got to be something to that. That's what I repair mine with, is that red Cajun line.
Yeah, but that Cajun line don't break.
It doesn't break. That's why
whatever you hook onto underneath that water,
you're
coming up.
Yes, it is.
Yes. If not, you're in a tug of war. You're in a hell of a tug of war. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We're here to help you to get the questions answered for Rend Lake. The campground sites is Wayne Fitzgerald campground sites. You can go on the site there. And if you can't find it, we have it on Avids Meet and Greet, the link there. And you can register for a campground site there. We're basically doing the whoops, we lost her. Yeah. Oh, she's back.
Are there grills at the campsites? I don't recall. It's been so long since
the campsites we're using, we have electrical hookup. So it'll be $20 a night.
Yeah, I was thinking they did. Yep, so go give me just a moment here. Let me
No, she's having technical issues again. I'll check it here in a minute. Great Outdoors. So I know Mad Catter, he will be bringing a homemade rod rack that he built. We're doing a giveaway. Josh will be not Josh, but Jason Lamb he'll be bringing something for a giveaway. So I'm not asking people to do that, but if they want you to do it, they can. So oh,
There we go.
there you go. Are you okay, Katie?
Well, I don't know. Y'all sound all choppy, and now I can't even see you. So,
We see you.
We see you now, Katie. We can hear you.
well, I don't
We see you.
know, but that's okay. I guess we're okay.
Yes,
Maybe it'll show up in a minute.
but the campground site has a you go there and you can register there. That's open, so you can get your campground sites registered now in advance, so you won't have to argue with it and try to deal with first come first serve when you get there.
Yeah, I don't know that there's very many left where we're at. So
It
I
should
don't
tell
think
you
there
on the
was very
site
many left close to us. Yeah, it will.
because I know Jason Lamb, he took the camp spot next to me, and I will have a sign there at my campsite so you guys know what's up.
I bet I know what it is. Hold on, y'all.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Let's try that.
Now, bluegills are a good bait, and they have plenty of them there.
Bluegills are good. And they're not too difficult to find there at Rend.
No, you could go right in around almost any bank and catch them right
The
off the shoreline.
the shad like I said, the shad right now are shallow. They're with the lake being flooded. They're not hard to find, but I was reluctant to throw my net into where I knew they were at. There was too many snags and stuff up there.
StreamYard hates me. Absolutely hates me. I don't know why. But
I think you've got a good connection now, Katie. It's a lot clearer now. So
It's clear on our end.
I'm telling y'all, StreamYard hates me.
But if you go into any of these coves, you can catch bluegills left and right.
Oh yeah.
If you find any overhanging brush that's on the water, you get right next to it with a slip bobber or a weighted bobber and a hook and wax worm, and you pull them out of there left and right.
I was about to say wax worms are the go-to bluegill bait up that way.
Yeah, because it's like throwing crack on a hook.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a wax worm is like a crack to bluegills.
They love them.
Crappie too.
Yeah, I have caught them. I've caught crappie on them too.
I've caught some nice 13 to 15-inch crappie off a straight wax worm. Pulling them out underneath brushes. I mean, bluegills out underneath brushes, and all of a sudden you feel this log hit your hook. You think it's a log, but you pull it out, and it's a 14-inch crappie sitting in there. But there you go. She's got the campground reservations already up in chat for Sabrina.
Sabrina is on it, man.
She's nailing it tonight. She has to have the Avids meet and greet page up.
She must, because every time you say something, she pops it right up there.
Yeah. Now, she was going to be coming, but she has medical issues that she has to deal with first. So she will be coming up the next one. I was hoping to meet her. We had her as a guest once on So what
I was sick that night.
You're right. What is a boat horsepower limit for Rend?
There is no horsepower limit on Rend. You can run what you bring. and people do.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see some crazy boy try to come up in the North Fork where Wayne Fitzgerald is and tear out the bottom of his boat under on a sinking tree.
Yeah, you gotta know where you're going. But I mean, I run a 200 on my boat, and I get up there in that shallow stuff. You just gotta know when to shut it off and drop the trolling motor. And
Yeah, well, you got a good imaging, don't you?
I do, but I've got the I run the Navionics mapping on my unit there at the helm. So
So we will be seeing you and your wife and daughter up there at the meet and greet.
I'm for sure we'll make it at least one appearance up that way. Been looking forward to it, and
It'll be 4 days for the from Thursday through Tuesday.
And let's see here. Yeah, we'll make it up there for the weekend for sure. So
Hello, Robin Yates. And Saturday evening.
That's the catfish tournament, right?
That's a catfish tournament. Okay. And Sunday we will have a fish fry. So if you catch some channels or if you catch a small enough flathead that you want to put into the fish fry, just let us know.
It sounds like a plan too.
There will be a fish fry cook-off between me and Norman so far. But if someone wants to join in on it and make it more fun and enticing, it'd be better. Norman is going to be using the store-bought recipe. I'm going to be doing a homemade recipe.
We're messing with Dan's creations today, talking about paid ramps and horsepower limits. We've got him all kinds of bugged up. So Dan, a lot of the lakes around here at our end of the state are horsepower restricted lakes. They're most of them have a maximum of 10 horsepower. But luckily, Rend and Crab Orchard, Lake of Egypt, the larger lakes in this area are not horsepower restricted. So.
Now, Mad Catter, there will be a catfish cook-off, and if there's crappie brought, I will fry it up for you. I'll eat crappie just right along with everybody else, and I'll cook it up. I'll fry it up. I'll even have some homemade tartar sauce ready for it.
Sabrina's found the fish attractor map. It looks like
she found everything.
She's on it.
She's not. Hey, she's from Louisiana.
From Louisiana, she's doing better than me. If you keep seeing me look over to the side, I've got the other screen pulled up trying to find what I was looking for on Rend, and it's not happening for me tonight.
No, she has more stuff on Rend popping up left and right than you could think of.
The fish attractors, I've got a lot of those marked. They are every year they go out, and usually first part of spring, the last part later winter, they go out and dump a bunch of Christmas trees out there in the lake. They'll bind them all together and
whoops, wrong statement.
That's what I was just reading. Yeah, we've got a bunch of them around here, Dan. That's actually the primary reason that I came home with Project Drift Sock, that little John boat back there in the winter, because I want to get out and fish some of those horsepower restricted lakes. We've got some good ones around here.
Now, what was the biggest cat that you've heard flathead come out of Rend?
Flathead out of Rend, I know they do 50s and 60s. I mean, it is a top notch flathead fishery. A lot of those.
A good hatchery.
A lot of those are caught by the people out there hogging, noodling. And
hello, fishing chick. But see, you can catch them. You can catch a state record out of that lake.
Absolutely, and I'm trying to think of. I want to say that at one point it had come out of there, or it'd come out of the Big Muddy
River. Lake was a state record of 76 pounds.
Carlisle. Okay. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, Carlisle had it, and then.
But Rend Lake has Illinois state record for crappie of 4.5 pounds.
I think they've got the. I think they have
a black crappie.
I think they have the bowfin record too, if I remember right.
That was, I think, 7.5 pounds. I think.
Some, I know it was pretty good size.
Hey, Laura the Explorer, how are you doing? She's back.
Katie keeps trying to jump in here.
YouTube is having a field day with her. But I do suggest for that time of year, bring your tents, bring a tarp that you can put over your tent with a tie over the top like a rain fly, and bring some extra blankets and warm gear just in case.
Definitely bring the wet weather gear.
Yeah, mud boots, raincoats.
Yeah, it's getting to that time. It's getting to that time of year. I know Memorial Weekend, we always at least have one good thunderstorm Memorial Weekend down here. That's mostly because the next town over here.
Link in chat.
Oh,
someone asked for your link to be dropped in. Oh,
yeah. Give me just a moment here.
The Illinois Department of Natural Resources credit Jim Clowers with catching the biggest flathead catfish in state history. It was 81 pounds.
It come out of St.
Came out St. Grias Lake. That's a big flathead.
That is a big flathead. Somewhere in that lake is a. I would not doubt it one bit. Somewhere in that lake is a.
There's more than one. I'd say there's about 5 or 6 in that lake. The size of that lake.
For what it's worth, I just looked up the state record bowfin did come out of Rend, and it was 16 pounds 6 ounces. That was 84. So it would be.
That's about the same time that 4.5 pound black crappie came out of there.
Let's see here, black crappie, Rend Lake, 76 on that. I've got the. I'll pull up where I'm doing that here. There's the Illinois state records for those. You
can fish that lake year round for a crappie and never go home empty handed.
No, not at all.
Those flatheads are the same way.
You know, I used to only crappie fish that lake. I used to go up there in the springtime for a little bit when they'd get up on bed, and I'd crappie fish for them, and then the rest of the year I'd leave that lake alone. I was up there crappie fishing one day, and I had a guy tell me, he's like, he said there are more channel cats in Rend Lake than there are crappie, and and it's known as a crappie lake. And I wasn't sure I believed him. I probably didn't believe him at the time, but they definitely have a bunch of catfish in that lake also. So.
Well, 3 years ago, before I started my YouTube channel, I was down there on a dam jigging for crappie with a double rig jig.
Mm-hmm.
And I just bringing in crappie left and right, and all of a sudden I felt like I hooked into a freaking boulder. And that boulder started going the opposite direction where I was going. And it wasn't turning on 6 pound test.
Oh, man.
I ended up walking that damn shoreline for almost 2 hours trying to bring that thing in. I got him close to the bank. He opened his mouth and that jig came out.
Oh.
Missed my ear by that much. Almost had an ear piercing.
That would be something that happened to me right there.
Right, but his mouth was about like that big.
There are more flatheads caught on crappie jigs, I think, than anything else, as far as just out of the blue wild catches. And it just goes to show that they're up there. You know, if they're up there, we know they're eating those crappie.
Well, they're actually what they're eating up there is those flathead, the yellow bellies.
Mm-hmm.
Because those two are nemesis.
Yeah, they'll get up in there.
Anytime when those flatheads go to spawn, those yellow bellies are on top of them. And for some reason, those yellow bellies end up destroying those things. Come on, dang it.
What is it? 10-pound bowfin on 4-pound test fishing line for crappie. That would be a fun fight there, Mark. I remember the first time I caught a bowfin, I didn't know what the heck it was. I actually took pictures of it and turned this thing loose. I said, look, if you've never caught one, if you've never seen a bowfin, they look prehistoric, and they bring the worm. I will do that, Mad Catter. I will be happy to do that. Bring the old worm shocker up there.
Yellow bellies are a flathead's nemesis. Because anytime a flathead goes on the bed, the yellow bellies try to push them off the bed to get to the eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as those yellow bellies get close to them, they become dinner. Real quick. Those flatheads will eat them things in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that. I've heard that they will they'll go after one and don't take them no time.
No, but I have not caught a yellow belly out of that lake.
I don't know that I ever have. Come to think of it,
What? That's one of the best candies they like eating.
We caught one. We were bank fishing last year, I think it was, and come up with one little yellow belly one night, and that was of course that was all we ended up catching that night. But
where'd you find him at?
We were at Crab Orchard that night. We were fishing over on the Wolf Creek area. We're actually fishing a spot on that lake that I always thought was deeper than what it was. And I went out there in the kayak messing around one day and found out that it was like 1.5 feet, 2 foot deep there. And we'd been fishing that forever.
Yeah, but have you ever caught one on Rend?
No, I never have caught one on Rend. It's Katie.
Whoa, here she is.
Stephen, a yellow belly is what we call bullhead catfish around here.
Yeah, bullheads are anywhere you find flatheads in the lake or river, you will not find a bullhead.
Mm-mm.
It's like on the Kaskaskia River. When you got blues and flatheads, you will not find many channel cats. You will find channel cats or bullheads on that river. I don't understand. Don't ask me why channel cats cannot keep up or want to mess with a blue cat. But blue cats have been known to eat the channels.
Yeah, we definitely like if you go fish on Crab Orchard or Rend, the channels grow really, really healthy there. But you get out in the stretch of the Ohio and we're looking at a 5 and 6 pound channel cats. We very rarely do we get one over about 8 or 9 pounds, but we could do that regularly on Crab Orchard or Rend. But,
yeah, last year when I first started my channel, I hooked in the four nice blues. I got lucky to catch one channel. 5 pounds.
I enjoy catching channel cat. I think they're a fun fish to catch. And
it's a fun fish to catch, but when you got a population of blues and flatheads together, those channels and yellow bellies, they don't stand a chance.
No, they don't. No, they their growth will definitely be stunted.
They'll either be stunted or they'll be dinner. I don't understand why blues want to eat a channel cat. I don't care, but
I think it's one of those things. I think they eat anything that won't eat them first. So
I know the flatheads are good at that because the flathead try to swallow a 40-pound blue in a heartbeat. Oh, I love channel cats too. And Rend Lake has some nice, I'd say some good sized channel cats in there. Wouldn't you?
What's that now? I'm sorry. I was looking at something.
Rend Lake would have some nice monster-sized channel cats in there.
Rend Lake, I have some good sized channel cats. I mean, you'll catch them anywhere from 5 to 7 pounds all day long, and then
if not bigger.
And you're going to find bigger ones quite frequently. Like
hey, Hayes, how you doing?
I think the biggest one we've had that I've seen pulled out personally. My buddy and I were fishing. It's been a few years ago, and he caught one just shy of 15, and that was down on the south end of the lake. But
yeah, by the dam, I pulled one out about 18 pounds.
They definitely get good down there.
But down there by the dam, the corner right where the welcome center is in that road in that little park.
Yeah.
If you go fishing there, you need bobbers. That thing has so many tree stumps in that area there. A flathead will wrap you around that damn thing in a heartbeat.
That's a snaggy area of the lake down there. Now you got to talk about flatheads eating stuff, and I thought I couldn't remember, and I had to go look it up. There was one where somebody took a picture of one that had swallowed a basketball, and it was stuck in his mouth.
I've seen one that swallow a beach ball.
They had,
but he flattened it.
This guy, somebody ended up finding this fish that way, and I think they popped the basketball and got it out of his mouth for him. But
yeah, you have to deflate the ball.
Let's see if we can.
Yeah, you're good, Katie. But if you guys that are coming to the meet and greet in May, please ask questions. We're here to help you to get the answers for you on Rend Lake and meet and greet at the same time. Because we don't want you to come here and not be caught up to speed with it.
Yeah, guys, if you do have any questions at all about that lake, I do spend a lot of time on it. I run up and down that lake regularly all over. So if you've got questions, if you're bringing a boat down there for sure, go ahead and ask those, because like I said, you definitely have potential to get into some trouble areas, but I do my best to
those hard
keep you out of those there. Yeah, there's plenty of good places to fish. It's just you got to watch this. There's some points that run out real far, and a lot of the time, that's where a lot of people run into trouble. You'll look, and the shoreline may be here, but truly and honestly, that point runs another 50 or 60 yards out, and you're out that far.
You should, if you ever fished at a lake for big flatheads and channels, that would be the lake to go. Because that lake will, if you got the gear for it and the rods, like I do, I use heavy action rods with fast action tips. And I love them. They do great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting up there. And I haven't fished that lake at night in quite a while, but looking to get up
fishing for flatheads. It gets crazy.
Yeah, I haven't been up there on that lake at night in quite a while. Usually end up fishing during the daytime. But
the only thing is, I got to find out if they're going to let us have campfires on the campsites.
I don't know. They should, but
if not, see if I can bring a fire ring up there.
I want to say that they'll let you have them, but it's one of those don't quote me on it things. 38 species. Sabrina is on it. Sabrina is all about Rend Lake today.
Wow.
38 species of fish, additional sport fish, and large populations of carp, buffalo, gar, drum, and shad. Yeah, you'll see gar float. You'll see gar swimming through every once in a while. They're not as thick as you would see on
Well,
the river, but
we got catfish bait: shad, bluegill, carp,
Mhm.
buffalo, drum, shad.
Yeah, but you always go back behind the dam and catch an Asian carp pretty quick too if you
Oh
want
yeah,
one. So they're thick back
down below the dam, you can catch carp down there. Any kind of bait, real quick.
there. Don't get caught throwing a cast net behind the Wren Lake spillway. They will hammer you over that.
Oh,
For
trust me.
anybody that is thinking about that, you cannot throw a cast net within 1,000 yards downstream of that dam. So basically, you have to go down to the where it becomes the Big Muddy River again to start throwing a cast net. That's something that they will hammer you on out there.
You want to go over the boating in Wren Lake for Kentucky catfish? He's bringing a boat.
Yeah, Kentucky Catfish Hunter. We'll go back over the boating things here for Illinois. You need to make sure you have a life jacket for everybody that's going to be on your boat. They do not have to wear it, but there has to be one in the boat for them. If your boat is longer than 16 feet, you also need a throwable flotation device. They sell seat cushions that fit the bill. If you have a gasoline outboard, gasoline powered engine, you do need a fire extinguisher for that. Your batteries need to either be covered in a covered battery box, or you can use the terminal protectors on those to protect them from any kind of inadvertent shorting out. You need a sounding device, a whistle, air horn, the horn on your boat, anything like that. And Wren Lake, there's no horsepower restriction or anything on that lake. The
throwable flotation device
on boats longer than 16 feet, and just they sell those seat cushions. They're the best thing in the world for it. A seat cushion. We've got a couple sewn in straps on there, and you can wing one. But let's see here.
But you have to make sure your boat is legal on that lake.
Yeah,
Fish and Game will hammer you.
They will get you. That's a lake that you see a lot of. You see a lot of Missouri tags on. You see a lot of Kentucky. There's guys drive from a lot of the surrounding states to fish that lake, and these conservation officers, they know what they're looking for. They know what the requirements are for Kentucky. They know what the requirements are for Missouri. It's if you're not going to bluff them, these guys know what you're supposed to have. So make sure your boat's legal for the state that you're in. You will have no trouble at all. So bottom looks like sunfish. I'm looking at something else here.
Yeah. He's asking what the bottom looks like. Sunfish is asking, is the bait getting lost in the mud or weeds? Talking about something else.
Yeah, he said bottom fishing produced nothing today for him. Illinois is great at collecting taxes and fines. Yeah, that's
they're
good
at that one.
We're famous for taxes and for governors going to prison. That's what we do.
Yeah. What? Hold on a minute.
All right. So Kentucky Catfish Hunter, you'll be fine. There's no local requirements on the boats or anything. I know, sometimes you'll run into a lake that has to have a lake permit. Wren Lake is not one of those lakes. Guys, if you're just getting in, we talked a little bit earlier about the boat ramps. Wren Lake has a ton of boat ramps. About half of them are run by the state of Illinois. Excuse me. About half of them are run by the state of Illinois. The other half are run by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. the state of Illinois, the state park ramps are free to use, free to launch your boat at. The Corps of Engineer ramps, they charge some modest fee. It's $5 to launch at those ramps. But the ramp that I would recommend using is just on the other side of Illinois 154 from the Wayne Fitzgerald State Park and Campground. It's referred to as Sailboat Harbor. It's a good paved ramp. They've got two lane ramps separated, and plenty of parking out there. They've got a small playground for the kids out there. It's a nice area.
It's a good family oriented lake.
It is. It's
you got some secluded campsites that ain't as good nice as Wayne Fitzgerald's. You got some
I'm gonna say
how
Gun
can I
Creek.
put it? More like rustic campsites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more of the primitive camping.
Right. And those are good too, but we picked Wayne Fitzgerald for people that need the showers, the bathrooms, and everything instead of jumping in the lake. Because I think they frown on that.
Yeah, Matt Catter. I noticed that the only thing I would change on that is that you need to make sure you have a sounding device on all your boats.
Sounding devices, and even if you have a 15-foot boat, I'd still have a throwable device.
It's not it doesn't hurt to have it. I mean, it's it is a safety thing also, and it's it's better to have it and not need it than need it.
Right. That way, they can't. In case you run into a game warden having a bad day, he can't throw that at you. Because you will run into them from time to time.
Yeah, for the most part, we do have some very nice, very good conservation.
Good luck with that, Katie.
I see a list of all the approved tournaments on Sailboat Harbor from today until October 24th. Yeah, they had a crappie tournament launch out of there today. I think it was a 150 boat max for that one. And then
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, they had two crappie tournaments on there. One was limited to 150 boats, and then the other one I think was limited to 50. And you couldn't swing a stick today and not hit a crappie fisherman out on that lake. So
heavy kill switch wired correctly.
Yes, now you have to. If your boat is equipped with a kill switch, you are under the.
You need to have it rigged up to where it's connected to you, to where if you fall out of the boat, that shuts off.
You are now required to wear that. That's something that came down. I believe it was April 1st that came down from the Coast Guard, and with that being a Corps of Engineers lake, that's something that they will be checking.
They'll be all over that like honey. And for those of you that are bringing a boat down, the closest boat ramp is right across the road from Wayne Fitzgerald Campgrounds. And I think that's Sailor Cove. You said that was Sailor?
They have Sailboat Harbor, and then they have
Sailboat Harbor is the closest one to Wayne Fitzgerald Campground.
There's one in the on the north side of the. Let me try to find the name of it if I can find it. Google Maps is wonderful when it works.
It's supposed to rain here. I have a 60% chance of rain here tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at that too. I'm wanting to take a boat out tomorrow, but I think it's going to be rainy and windy.
If I go bank fishing there, I don't have to worry about it. I got two pop-up awnings I can put up.
Oh, there you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But if I go to the bank fishing, I'm going to have a tarp I can tie up in the trees and get up underneath it.
Yeah, this actually, I'm looking right now. This actually, if you're on Google Maps, I tell you what, I'm going to try to
cranking and yanking.
I'm going to try to put this in the chat.
Why, Sabrina has been on it with that kind of stuff. If you mention it, she's done it.
Sabrina's on it. Let's see here. That should, if that shows up in chat, that should take somebody straight to that.
Now, everybody that is going to the meet and greet, please make a comment. Leave a comment in the campground reservation site if you're coming, so that way we will have a head count. I know Weekend Angler and his wife and daughter will be coming up. I know me, Katie, Kentucky Catfish Hunter, Country Boy Catfishing, and Mad Catter's coming. I'm going to try to bring a veteran with me. So, and he'd like it down there.
Let's see here. You know, the good thing about that campground is there's lots of nooks and crannies all the way around that Wayne Fitzgerald campground, and those fish are going to be they're all going to be up shallow. You'll be able to work your way through those and come up with some nice fish.
Oh yeah, that's why I like the Wayne Fitzgerald, because it has everything perfect for that time of year. You got the crappie in the trees, you got the channel cats coming up the bed, you have the flatheads following up the bait fish, and you got perfect cover for the flatheads up in the trees.
There you go.
Wow. That's an awesome Sabrina. You see that? This for anybody that's coming.
Oh, that's awesome. Sabrina, that's awful nice of you. It really is.
That's very nice of you, Sabrina.
That is true. My wife's off camera here. She was talking. She mentioned the playground for the kids there at the sailboat harbor. But what I hadn't thought about is the South Sandusky and the South Markham day use areas both have beaches. For be good to go take the kids for a swim. The water should be getting close to being warm enough to go.
It should be hitting. If I remember correctly, that water should be hitting almost 65 to 70 degrees.
Yeah, it should be right
maybe
around
72.
It should be right in the. It should be in the low mid 70s at that point, because it was about 65, running anywhere from 65 to 67 today when I was out there on it. So
right, so that 65 to 67 is good temperatures to get the flatheads moving anyway.
They should be waking up.
Hello, Peel and Drag.
Hey, Peel and Drag. What's going on, buddy?
And that lake, if you have a good boat and you have good sonar, bottom scan and side scan, you'll find everything you want in that lake.
Mm-hmm. Now there are old house foundations and everything if you know where to look out there, because when they
sunken roads or sunken bridges.
Yeah, when they built that lake, they dammed up the Big Muddy and let her rip. So there were homes and everything, just entire communities out there that are now underwater. So
you got city. I wouldn't doubt if you had to have a city buried in there somewhere.
Kind of makes you wonder at times.
Because I think someone pulled the shingle off a roof one time with a hook. It's like Carlisle Lake when they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They left the houses, the graveyards, everything underneath that lake when they dammed it up. They didn't move the graveyards or anything. They just flooded it.
Yeah, they're good about doing that. They did. Rend, Carlisle, Crab Orchard, they all just flooded it and let it go.
Yeah, what's ever underneath that lake
Is going to stay there.
Yeah, it's going to stay there. And I'm sure they got some full-grown trees in the bottom of that lake too.
Hey, thanks, Brian B. Welcome back.
So, have you guys came up with a name for your baby yet? And please don't say Shad Dockery either.
Chadwick James or Lyle
Please.
Mark or no,
no, Lyle Mark. I can understand that one. I can go with. But Shad Dockery, no.
No, he'll be named John after my grandpa. So
Awesome.
Little Mark.
Yeah, little Mark after a catfish and crappie.
I know.
But,
Chad always likes to ask how little Chadwick James is doing. So.
He does have to be annoying. But every time I see him in chat, I rib him.
Yeah, Mark. I was. I spent a lot of time with my grandpa growing up, and
now, if you ever want to fish with a man off YouTube, and you get a chance, fish with catfish and crappie.
I'm looking forward to doing that because he's. I know he's making his way up to Mendota here in a couple of weeks. So
right, but he is. I met him last year twice. He's an outstanding man. He's a good man. I wanted to. I'm going to make some time when he comes. Once he comes down, I'll fish with him down here. Or I'm going to go up there and fish with him because I want to spend some time and get to know him better and fish with him and Jason. But he's a good man. He's not that good. Hey, Lee Evans, how you doing, bud? You're in our thoughts and prayers. Get well soon. No, he won't be known that by me.
Hill Jack.
Wow. Hey, Hill Jack.
John works, but no Chadwick James.
Yeah, please, no Chadwick James. Just leave it as John.
You guys need to when you see Chad live, need to put hashtag no Chadwick James in his chat stuff and blow him up a little bit. So.
Oh, I'll gladly do that.
The hashtag.
You're
just trying to change your hashtag.
Yeah.
Hey, Lyle, how you doing, bud?
Oh, thanks, Fish and Chick. It's actually was a Amazon deal of the day one day, and I picked it up. And it works pretty good, that microphone. So.
Yeah, Lyle. Sometime we're gonna have to have you come down over to Run Lake and have you hook into some 15 and 20-pound channels and flatheads over here.
We have got to get Lyle down this way.
Yeah, we have to get Lyle over here on the Run Lake. He'll love the crappie fishing for sure. The crappie fishing over here blow his mind on the sizes he can catch.
Lyle likes to talk about crappie too. He was in my live a little bit today during that tournament and got to talking about the reproductive cycle of the
crappie.
So
yeah,
if anybody lucky enough to hear that.
Oh, you'd get some nice bluegills out of Run Lake too, Lyle. Yeah, there are no slouches over there.
Yeah, Georgia Fishman, I was trying to post that link earlier. I don't know if it's going through or not.
And that's where you need to have some tarps. But I fell in love with Rend Lake. I was going to go there this morning, but I decided to stop at Kaskaskia River. I should have kept going.
For some
When
reason,
I pulled into the Kaskaskia River, that parking lot was empty. As soon as I put that 15-foot rod out, boats started coming left and right into that boat ramp. And it has 3-lane aisle, a 3-lane boat ramp.
let's see if we can get that to go through there.
Sabrina Johnson wants to know the name of your site.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that up there. It's boneheadsbaits.com.
Give her a chance. She'll get it up here. Oh, hold on a minute. Are you a moderator?
I am not. Oh, is it getting?
Let me find my.
It's getting.
Hold on, I'll get you taken care of on that.
Hi, thanks, buddy.
That's what I'm trying to figure out where your link hasn't came on up.
Yeah, I tried it a couple times. I figured YouTube was.
I thought I had you as a moderator.
Yeah, YouTube's been really on stuff here lately.
I thought I had you as a moderator. Let me find you again up here. There you are. Boom. Now try it.
All right, let's give it a shot here.
You should be able to do it now. Mark would have posted it if he. Jefferson Crappie would have posted it.
Hey, Mark posted for me while I was in Facebook jail a couple weeks ago too. So.
Oh, I do have these.
Nice.
I'm getting some better ones made with a fix the spelling correction.
Let's see here.
I got them in the square ones, and I got them like this.
Let's see if this will go.
I got 2 different types. The die cut and the square ones. There he goes. He already got you.
Mark got my. You got my channel up. You got my channel up there.
Yeah, I got your channel.
Trying to. Let's see here.
You should. Did you refresh your chat?
Yeah, it's showing it. It's showing it now, but.
Yeah, he's looking for Bonehead Tackle, Mark. If you could post that for him.
Let's see. Let's refresh this.
Boy, Sabrina and Mark is on top of it.
All right, let's see.
Move the boat and bait and tackle.
Move the boat bait.
Okay, country boy. We're not taking sides with.
There we go. It's finally starting to show up there. Boneheadsbaits.com with Z's.
Yeah.
There. No, that Mark, that's not me. That Bonehead Tackle. That's some other bonehead.
All right, now it came up blue.
There we go. Yeah, that's gonna.
All right. Good night, Katie.
Good night, Katie.
Sabrina, message me, and I will get you the information you need for the donation.
Yeah, Mark's got it here now. Boneheadsbait.square.site. You can go straight to boneheadsbaits.com and it'll redirect you there. I had it. It was supposed to set up to just go ahead roll straight into it, but it was that that was given a security flag in Firefox, so I had to change the way it was doing it. So
Right. I got so much tackle right now.
I've got a bunch.
I can't put no more tackle on my PC Fun Catfish backpack.
Ooh,
And you know how big that is, right?
yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Well, I got more laying around in my truck that needs to go in there, and I got stuff. I got a weight box in my back of my truck that has all the 4 ounces, 5 ounces, 6 ounces, 8 ounces of weights. It's in a separate container, and that's almost 90 pounds of weight in that one box.
Let me see what.
I was thinking I need to get me another PC Fun backpack.
I ended up. Let's see. As far as my weights, I picked up a thing at little divided container at Home Depot, and
I got one of these big black parts boxes with the yellow individual trays that come out with screws in it. This big heavy duty. I got one of them, and I got a half 2 rows full. I took 1 row out, just put odds and ends in,
Mm-hmm.
and I have all those yellow containers filled up with weights.
Yeah, I kept trying to use the plastic like Plano boxes with weights, and I always put too many in there, and it don't take a whole lot to just destroy those things. So
That's why I got one of those big black tall boxes. The black on the outside with a clear lid.
Oh yeah,
With those yellow individual trays inside. The little cups. I've had that for 3 years or 2 years like that, and it hasn't destroyed them yet. That works great for weight.
Yeah, those boxes are a whole lot tougher.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Hi, Rocco.
Hey, Kevin, Palmetto Cats. Kevin caught a new personal best today during the Whisker Derby.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
He bet round about 2 hours in, I think. Kevin will know for sure, but come up with a real nice blue cat out there.
But that Rend Lake is, I'd say, compared to Carlisle, I'd say Rend Lake all over. Because you could be there a week and not be bored on catching big bluegills, crappie, spotted bass, white bass, channel cats, flatheads, whatever you want to go after.
It is a very healthy fishery.
Yeah, it's a very, very healthy one. I'm just thankful that it's not overran with blues.
Kevin's got it down. Kevin's got it down to the second when he hooks that fish.
Whoa!
I think it was
54 minutes and 45 seconds.
I think it was the pontoon song that Kevin was singing that called that fish in. So
was Art with him?
Yeah.
Hmm?
He caught that on a little piece of chicken bait.
Was that on chicken?
Breast. Yeah. He said he caught that on a little piece of chicken breast.
Oh man. Kevin, you didn't know you were coming in here to get roasted, did you? Avid, what were you saying, everybody? I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I've seen people fish the Kaskaskia with chicken breast and all that, and the only thing they catch out of there is drum.
You know those things are fun to catch.
I caught one today off a whole shad live, and it was about 4.5 pounds.
Nothing wrong with that.
But the circle hook was caught in the flesh of it, in the roof of his mouth, not in the jaw.
And we've had them take down before and thought we had a cat and come up with a big old drum.
Well, I thought it was a channel cat playing with it.
Mm-hmm.
The rod tip is going like this, like a channel cat, and there's a big old drum about like maybe like that. And he didn't fight. He just laid there and rolled on the line like a channel cat did, bringing it in. Oh, hey, nothing to apologize about, Kevin.
No, nothing at all to apologize for.
Especially with a new PB. That's something to be happy for. I was looking for some monsters today. But I guarantee if the boats wouldn't have been around,
Mm-hmm.
those cats would have been moving. But like I said, if they wouldn't, if that campground would have been closed, I'd have been over in my honey hole, in one of my other honey holes.
Now you said when they close that campground, they shut off all access, don't they?
Not all access. You got one spot right close to the boat ramp where you can fish off the bank, and there's a trail that, about from the boat ramp, there's trees you can take down a ways on the other side of the bridge, and there's a spot by the bridge on the other side of it where you can, a clearing where you can cast out.
Okay.
But when they closed that boat ramp, bank fishing went down to almost nothing. There's just one spot over there. I can pull in some big cats over there. I'm
Giving
not
away
going on
Mark's
that one.
stuff. You know, Kevin was giving bonus points today for giveaways, and I thought about giving away a bunch of like Palmetto Cats hats and stuff like that, and sending them, just telling them to email Kevin, and he'd take care of getting them to them. I did kind of gave that second thoughts. I didn't think that might go over too well. So
No. Oh, yeah, 5K, Josh, awesome.
yeah, thank you guys. I definitely appreciate that. We hit 5K shortly before the end of the tournament today. So
I'm trying to hit 700, and I haven't moved off 750 to 761 in a month.
They will, it'll sit for a while, and then just it'll just kind of blow up. So Kevin needs to apologize for engraving him. Seeing about it. Yes, Ricky, you are absolutely correct.
Hello, Snakehead.
You are absolutely. I had that stuck in my head today when they were talking. When anybody talked about Kevin singing, that was what was coming to mind.
Hey, I like that song Motorin', but Kevin's version is just a little there. It's different, but it's fun.
Dan, I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that got that link out there today. We went up 31 subscribers, something like that, in about 5 hours. So there's definitely not a problem with that. So
No, if I could go get a live like that and break 800, I'd be happy. But
Snake
I'm doing the best I can.
player.
I know as soon as I catch that big cat, a big blue or big flathead on live,
It'll go.
It'll jump.
It seems like with YouTube, or at least with mine all the time, cats fighting each other. It would sit there for a while, and then it would just one day you'd wake up and you'd have a bump, about 20 or 30. So
That's why I'm always fishing the honey spots on the Mississippi and the Kaskaskia. Because I know the Kaskaskia is a perfect flatheads and blues fishery.
yes.
And I know what that river can produce.
I was talking to a guy when I was bank fishing there by the Lock and Dam that day, and I didn't realize he was talking about the depth over there on the Kaskaskia, and I'd always thought of that as kind of being a shallow river, and it was deeper than I would have expected right there.
No, it's a lot deeper than what you think.
I always would have thought that one as being one that you'd have to kind of watch out for. He's
No, the center of that river has a nice drop off.
that's what he was telling me, and I said, been meaning to get back up that
there
way.
by New Athens, by the boat ramp where the muddy little bank is.
Right.
If you have a good rod, you can hit that channel every cast.
55 at the mouth. Yeah, that's
He's up there by the New Athens boat ramp. You're looking at maybe 200-300 yard wide river, if that. And getting halfway across that river with a cast, man, you hit that channel all day long.
You know, that's a good stretch right there where that runs out into the Mississippi. That's a good stretch of the Mississippi right there too.
That's where
that St. Genevieve Bend is just upstream of that.
But right there at the mouth of that of the Kaskaskia and the Mississippi, our first meet and greet there, Josh, in the catfish tournament, within an hour, he had 120 pounds of cat, 120 pounds of blue, and there was nothing small about them.
There's nothing wrong with that.
These were like, I think the smallest one he had was 20 pounds, and his biggest one was pushing 50 or 60 pounds. And you talk about a guy that was happy.
I'd be ecstatic.
Oh, he was worse than the kid in the candy store. He's worse than your little girl pulling in the 50-pound blue. He was lit up like a Christmas tree. And as soon as he put the rod out, he was so happy, and all of a sudden that rod bent. That he's the same rod he just caught the first one on. Within 30 seconds, that drag went again.
Man.
And he's like, "Oh shit!" Like, you got another one. Just repeated. That one rod caught 120 pounds of cat in an hour. Actually, it was 122.75 pounds of cat.
There is nothing wrong with that.
No. That guy was ecstatic. It'd be May 20th through the 24th, Kevin. In May.
Kevin, you need to go. You need to make that drive. No excuses.
If he came down to that, I'd love to see him hook into us a 70, 80-pound cat. Flathead. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been happy for that today, Dan.
Huh?
Dan said he'd be happy to catch 1 1/4 pound of cat in an hour. And I said, yeah, I would have. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, that is Catapalooza weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's it's same as Catapalooza. But I tell you what, between Wren Lake and Kaskaskia for cats, that's a hard toss-up.
Mm-hmm.
Because Wren only has channel cats and flatheads.
Kaskaskia has all 3.
Yeah. Those channel cats ain't small neither. They're fighting for food. But you hook a 50-pound blue in that river up there by New Athens, that current is going to play a hell of a game on your rod and reel with him. Jen says, I'd be happy to get a bite at some point in time tonight. Hey, at least I went fishing and didn't get skunked.
That's
but
always.
it wasn't the fish I was after.
How bad was the wind up there with you today, Avid?
It was causing pushing that river, the top water of that river up river with whitecaps.
Ugh. Yeah,
You had pleasure boaters, you had bass boaters, you had pontoons, you had flat bottom boats, all on that river.
third
with 2
lake.
foot whitecaps.
Third lake today, no fish, no bites yet.
You had people doing some crazy stuff on that river they should not have been doing.
That sounds about right there too. Oklahoma.
Oh, I won't have to worry about a 12 until Monday or Thursday. No, I won't have to worry about working at 16 until
Matt
sometime next week.
12s aren't fun. I had a 16 this past Tuesday, so.
Yeah, and fishing with steak. That belongs on the grill.
Somebody starts fishing with steak, I'm liable to end up with a hook in my mouth. So.
Same here. After I walk that stick across the grill, somebody tenderize that steak a little bit.
So yes, and chicken.
Oh, he's fishing with steak and chicken. That's a hell of a way for a guy to get a hook in his mouth.
Mm-hmm. All the fish are coming your way. I know, now he's got us all hungry talking about steak.
I know. I'm going to have to pull out the 2 porterhouse steaks I have back and see them, throw them out. And go throw them out in the smoker.
I got eye around.
Boneless chuck, tender steaks, but tonight's got eye around. That's what you should be eating, not.
I know it. Not fishing with that.
Wow. Question is, are you getting any bites off of it?
Night Mad Catter.
Night Mad Catter. Yeah, Lee Reed. He will, like I was saying, he would be bringing a wooden rod stand that holds up, I think, up to 10 rods for a drawing giveaway.
Oh, nice.
And Jason Lamb will be bringing something up there for a rod giveaway. So we'll probably do that Saturday probably do that Sunday. But might do it Saturday. Depends on who's going to be there and when they're pulling out. 4.5 pound blue on the steak Wednesday. Hey, no real loss. How you doing?
Mark, you can get away with 3 on rent. Technically, you're supposed to have a tag on that third rod with your name and phone number because since you have 2 hands, it is a unattended fishing device. But they won't mess with you on that one most of the time. But you can get away with 3 rods on rent.
Oh, we can get away with 3?
You can get away with 3 on If it's marked as bank, it's on technicality. Really, you're supposed to throw a tag on there with your name and phone number because it's an unattended fishing device. But they don't sweat it. There's so many guys out there spider rigging for crappie that they don't get too worked up over that one. There's enough.
I can use my 2 11-foots and my 15-foot.
There you go. There's enough. There's enough pleasure boaters and stuff that it depends on the officer. Yeah, it probably does down here too, but they don't. I've never seen them really sweat that one. There's usually enough stuff. If they want to find something, they'll find something good. So. Oh
yeah, if they're in the mood to find something on you, they'll dig around.
Oh, they'll find. Yeah, there's always something. Spider rigging, Sabrina, is it's a method of crappie fishing that's
on a boat
around here from a boat, and they'll set rods out horizontal, and basically slow troll, extremely slow troll, with your jigs hanging vertically down, and just basically work the area and catching.
Yeah, you're moving at like 0.5
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, I would. They're moving along at like the speed of smell. You know, it was.
Yeah, you're basically moving at 0.5 or something like that, just real slow.
Kind of, you know, suspend drifting for catfish, but at a much slower and stealthier presentation, I guess you could say.
Yeah. So. And you're using what, like 11, 12-foot rods, 14-foot rods?
Yeah, most of them are using extremely long, you know, at least 12-foot rods, and they've got them spread out like spider legs all over the.
Yeah, like fingers like this, covering all the boat.
Yeah, there were boats out there today with 6 and 7 rods out there on them that
I don't doubt it.
Bunch of people in the boat, so they had their 3-rod limit for about everybody.
Yeah.
But no, it ought to be a good time.
It's gonna be a great time. I can't wait to see who so many people is gonna be coming and meet everybody. I know there's gonna be new people coming. Norman's coming. He has a friend coming up from Nebraska, I think.
Oh wow.
I know Katie's coming, and she has some people coming with her. I got a vet and his woman coming with him.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a good time up there. But
yeah, I just want to make sure this vet gets on some good cats and crappie.
Sabiki rig.
Sabiki rigs is good for
catching bait.
Moon eye, shad if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm. They're good for tangling into your tackle box too, and causing a big mess of things. I just threw one away this afternoon. So
that's why I like using poodle noodles with them.
I use that, or I use the rig wraps, but I guess I just threw one in a bag and it tangled up like crazy. So
yeah, it goes spider web real quick on you.
Yeah, it's like this thing we're gonna throw it out. So. But
Sabrina says there's no ride limit
down in Louisiana.
Those
are 2 from hauling equipment for distance for short trip to 4.
I catch shad and perch. It stays on the rod. That's it.
All right, well, buddy, I think I'm gonna back out of here and call tonight. I had an early morning this morning. I'm starting to.
Yeah, I'm gonna back out of here and thank you for coming up and helping with Rend Lake.
Hey, no problem, Avid. Thank you for having me on here, guys. If you have any questions at all about boating at Rend Lake, boat ramps, anything like that,
please hit up Weekend Angler.
Yep, send me a message through my Facebook page, The Weekend Angler, and I'll do my best to get you an answer for that. And if I don't have an answer for you, I'll put you in the right direction to find somebody that will give you the right answer. So.
And I can't wait to meet you guys.
Same here, buddy. Looking forward to it.
I can't believe we were this close and we haven't met and went fishing.
And we haven't run into each other. I know. I don't know how we haven't run into each other yet, but we're going to change that. So
you can't miss my Ranger. My Ranger has fishing poles and tackle all in the bed of the truck.
I always tell people you can't miss my bald head. So.
Well, I can miss a bald head because I'm always looking at trucks and everything, but mine sticks out from everybody's. 11-foot, 15-foot rod sticking out of there, crappie rod sticking out of there.
We'll definitely have a blast. So.
Oh yeah, we'll have a blast.
All right, buddy. Have a good night. Thanks for having me on here.
Too. All right, everybody. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central. We will have Christina Lapierre as a guest. She is a pan fishing lady. She catches some monster perch, bluegills, walleyes, all that. So be sure to join me and Katie tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Time. We'll have a great time. Just have your questions ready. And let's welcome her to the YouTube fishing family. Good night.